Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Karis Johnson, and I am an engineer here at BAE Systems as of 2 years ago when I started on the graduate scheme. And it is my pleasure today to introduce to you the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Karis. You're just starting on your career, and quality of the work that's been a great career ahead of you. Can I just start by looking around the room, as it were, and just saying a big thank you to all of you for giving up your time this morning to listen to me. I really do appreciate it. I know you've got things to do, but the fact you're here means a huge amount to me. Yesterday morning, we landed at Ankara in Turkey, and we saw 3 Typhoons on the runway there. And I went over to talk to the pilots and the crew and the engineers and all the backup that, as you know, is needed for every Typhoon. One, it was really good to see them there. They were the Typhoons that you assembled here on the airport, on the runway there. And the pilots and the crew said a number of things to me that I said I would bring back to you. Firstly, they wanted you to know how much they rely on what you do here in assembling those Typhoons. And I say rely, they absolutely rely on what you do, because they couldn't do what they do if you didn't do what you do so brilliantly well. And therefore, they see you very much as I see you, which is sitting just behind the front line in the jobs that you do here, not just good, well-paid, skilled jobs, professional jobs that you do that I know you do, but also making a massive contribution to the defence and security of our country at a time when we need it more than ever. So that was the first thing that they wanted me to relay back to you, so I've now faithfully done it on their behalf back to you. They just wanted to say thank you and to appreciate, acknowledge what you do here. The second thing they said to me was they've never really landed in Turkey before. They've always flown across Turkey on other missions going to other places, but yesterday they were parked up on the runway to mark the fact that we were there arriving to sign this huge deal with Turkey for 20 Typhoons with an option for another 20. That is a massive order. It's the biggest order we've had in the best part of a generation. £8 billion, 20,000 jobs in all, including, of course, most importantly, 6,000 or 7,000 here and in the northwest. And just to put that into years' worth of jobs, that's about 10 years' worth of jobs with the option to go beyond that. I was really struck, speaking to President Erdogan, when we were signing the deal, that he said to me, this is about a deal for Typhoons, but it's also about a strategic partnership that we want with the UK. We want more of this as we go forward. And I wanted to reassure you that, particularly in the last year or so, as defence and security has become so much more acute, so much more part of sort of number one priority for the country, and in the psyche of so many people, they know we absolutely rely on defence and security. Other countries are increasingly looking to our country to partner up. Just a few months ago, we won a massive frigate deal in Norway. Again, Norway saying we want you to not only build our frigates, but we want to partner with you. So it's a massively important deal for the country, and I was really proud to sign on behalf of the country. But when we signed in Turkey yesterday, I said I wanted to come here this morning, so straight from signing in Turkey, to come and see you for 2 reasons, really. The first is because the jobs that we signed yesterday, they're your jobs. Karis, they're your job. They're jobs for the apprentices that are starting here. That's 10 years worth of work. And I'm going to come back when these bays are beginning to fill up again and see you doing the work that this order is going to produce for you. So I wanted to come and say to you, these are your jobs. They mean a huge amount for you, for your families, for your community, for the Northwest. And it's really important that I come and see you before I go anywhere else to say these are jobs that are there for you. The second thing, possibly more important in my view, is I'm acutely aware that when we're competing for these orders these days, we're competing against the world. And the countries that we are doing deals with, or not doing deals with, as the case may be, they're judging everything. They're judging me as the Prime Minister, they're judging the government, they're judging our commitment to NATO, they're judging our alliances, our leadership on defence and security, but they're also judging you. And you've beaten the world, which is incredible. Really global competition for this deal. We weren't the only ones that wanted this deal. There were other deals on offer, but we won it because they judged your professionalism, your skill, your dedication, your ability to deliver what they need to have delivered. So I wanted to come here and say a humble thank you to you, because I can't stand there and do those deals if I don't have you standing alongside me, because we're all being judged in this. You have to be world class in this game. You know that. And yesterday we signed that deal because you're world class and because you gave me the opportunity to make the case for the United Kingdom, for Britain, against other countries and win this deal. So thank you, not just for being here today, but thank you for putting me in a position where I could sign that deal yesterday on our country's behalf, on behalf of NATO, because the great thing about the Typhoons with Turkey is Turkey, we're the top end of Europe, if you like. They're the southeastern flank. And by having the same capability, it's now interoperable. And therefore, we can work more closely with Turkey in the NATO alliance. So this is about Typhoons and building Typhoons. It's about the United Kingdom and our defence and security. But it's also a massive contribution to NATO as we go forward with shared capability. And don't underestimate that, because other countries will now be looking in and saying, well, shouldn't we be getting into the same position as well? So I want this order to be the first of other orders that will come this way as we ramp up defence spending. But I wanted to come and say thank you to you. It's really important to come here to Warton because of the history and heritage of what you do, what's being done here for decades, stretching all the way back to the Second World War, the massive contribution that has come through Warton, through this sector, through you, those that came before you, your communities, and this part of the United Kingdom. It's a massive heritage, and it's a heritage that I don't just want to be historic. I don't think we should just be looking back with pride. We should be looking forward with ambition, and I've got real ambition as we go forward. It is fantastic to be here. You'll have heard me say this many, many times before, but I'm going to say it again. My dad was a tool maker. He was a precision tool maker, and he worked in a factory. I didn't know any working environment other than a factory till I had to go to college. So for me, a factory was what I grew up with, and I love it. I love the idea of making things. I love the skill. I appreciate all the hard work that goes in through apprenticeships, through the work that you do, and I know it is highly skilled, highly valued, and really difficult. And I know there are plenty of people who couldn't do the jobs that you do. So I really understand what you do, how you do it, how important it is. And as my dad said to me every day when we were growing up, you have to keep on making things, Keir. He was absolutely passionate about manufacturing. You have to keep on making things, Keir. He drilled into me, which is why I love being in places like this. I'm very proud to sign that agreement yesterday on behalf of the country so we can make things for another 10 years, things that we're really, really good at making. So thank you all for putting me in that position. Thank you for the work that you are doing on behalf of our country. Thank you for your time this morning. I intend to build on this with you so that this isn't just a one-off order, it's one of a series of orders that we get for Warton, and we can go not just back to where we were, but beyond where we were with our capabilities. But none of that is possible without you. So I've actually come here, first and foremost, just to say thank you to you, to look around. All of you have allowed me to proudly sit there yesterday and sign the order on behalf of our country, and I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you very much indeed. I really, really appreciate it.